All right. Thank you, each one of you, for being here with us today. I feel very privileged to open this event among such brilliant young minds, and I am pleased to welcome you all to the inaugural of the Innovation Hub Internship for Maharashtra Tamil Nadu Zone Group 2. Today, we have with us interns and faculty from MGM College of Engineering and Technology, Father C. Rodrigues Institute of Technology, PR Pote Patil College of Engineering and Management, Saraswati Institute of Technology, Mumbai Institute of Management and Research, Kamban College of Arts and Science, and Sakti Engineering College. I would like to thank Neelam Kamte ma'am, Trupti Lotlikar ma'am, Arvind Biradar sir, Abhijit Kamte sir, Shaida Banu ma'am, Shahakar sir, Sankare Gomati ma'am, and all the interns for joining us today. As you all know, Projectathon is India's first and largest program focused and aimed to revolutionize the way students and faculty leverage their college project work for success. Green Labs and a team of eminent educationists, corporates, and investors have backed it, looking to evangelize startups and future research and product development projects through quality project work done by students of our country. Projectathon is powered by Innovation Hub, which is a Green Labs initiative. Kindly allow me to share my screen while I introduce you further of what Green Labs Innovation Hub and Projectathon is all about. Green Labs was set up with a view of making difference to the innovation ecosystem in India. Since 2014, Green is conducting co-curricular programs in engineering and management colleges on subjects like research skills, entrepreneurship development skills, and product development skills. Our reach to date is, as you can see on the screen, we have been associated with 400 plus institutions across India, 10,000 plus students, 5,000 plus lecturers, 500 plus startups mentored, and 200 plus college projects successfully managed. We have had continuous presence as judges in Smart India Hackathon, Yukti, MSINS Startup Yatra, and a variety of Ministry of Education programs focused on innovation and entrepreneurship. All our webinars and lectures online also have had a pretty good response. We are powered by Innovation Hub, which is a platform for students and faculty in higher education institutes to learn, collaborate, create, share, and showcase their research and entrepreneurial work within a similar-minded complementary community comprising of educational institutes, experts, mentors, VCs, and corporates. Here's a glimpse of our network and associations pan-India. The entire program has been conceived and created by our top academicians and industry veterans, as you may see on your screen right now. Further, introducing our CEO and our internship coordinator, Mr. Saurabh Sinha. A serial social entrepreneur, Mr. Sinha was with the leadership team of Ugam Solutions. They recently got acquired by Merkle for over 800 crores. He has built several merchandising and marketing platforms for digital retail and involved with creating and selling multi-million-dollar startups. He runs Contexio, one of the top 3 agencies of India, servicing global e-commerce retailers. Contexio works with Tata, Reliance, Flipkart, Walmart, and Amazon to deliver information solutions employing over 150 plus analysts. He also runs a Gurukul and Abhyasika network in Raigad and Mumbai, focused on offering a co-curricular program of education for children through Takshashila. He runs Green Labs, a social incubator focused on helping college kids create and build social startups and products during college. He's also a mentor with SIBA and on the national panel of judges and mentors for Ministry of Education's Smart India Hackathon and Yukti. Before Sir enlightens you further regarding the entire internship program, I would like to just share a few admin details for everyone's benefit. For ease of administration, we have limited access to chat. So all your chats and your audios will be muted. Sufficient time will be given at the end for Q&A, at the end of the session where you can ask your doubts. All are requested to have a pen and notepad ready to make note of important pointers discussed. Q&A will happen at the end of session. Sir, if you could take it ahead from here.
I just share my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Purti, can you just stop sharing the screen? I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, good morning, students and teachers, and thank you for making the time for this internship. In the next 1 hour or 1 hour, 10 minutes, we'll try and cover what is it that we are going to be having as the scope for this internship for some of you. As all of you know, this is a select set of students who have been nominated by the college. Some of you have chosen to be part of it or will choose to be part of it. And this is session 1 among the 6 sessions that we're going to be having on this physical plus digital internship meant for certain special skills, which are largely entrepreneurial in nature. Before I begin, I'll kind of take you through a bunch of things just so that we can set the context right in our minds and know what is it and why is it that we are doing what we are doing. Okay. I think the profile of our company has been taken up. Let's move ahead. Folks, if you notice how industry and how the world order is kind of changing, we are lucky that we are kind of witnessing a very tumultuous time, a time where India consolidates in the global space, however, with a bunch of constraints. And all of these constraints are ones which are going to impact us, whether we like it or we do not like it. And therefore, some anecdotes on what's really happening right now. If you look at all of us, we are all students, all wanting to go ahead and have a job or a postgraduate degree, or we might want to go ahead and be part of a startup or something like that. Let's understand what's happening in the environment outside to set the context here. In 1991-92, India decided that we will become part of the global economy, and we opened our gates to the rest of the world. In a few years from then, it was expected that we will have a flurry of jobs getting created in this country. However, when some surveys were done, what we realized was that the formal sector, which was actually integrating much in a bigger way with the global economy, probably created only about 2 to 3 crore jobs. However, the informal sector, which is a sector of forming, non-forming organizations, small organizations like the Kirana store below your house, or maybe a tailoring store below your house, or a barber, or a pottery guy, or even a vada pav fellow, or somebody selling pharmacy, or someone selling snacks, they created more than 10 crore jobs. This number has been increasing ever since. And there were about 4 to 5 crore such companies which are creating these jobs, which meant that since the time we have gone ahead and liberalized, this trend continues to happen that the formal sector produces much lesser jobs compared to the total number of jobs that are created by the informal sector. In today's times, these numbers could be probably in the range of about 15 to 20 crores. Now, when you look at the overall number, what you realize is something that you will see at the end of your college, which is what you call as the campus interview. You will see a very large phenomena of large organizations coming for campus interviews starting to dwindle. There was a time about 5 years back, 10 years back, when you had the marquee companies that you would say coming to every college and picking the best students. But what we are moving towards is a segment or is a time where you are going to find more of new companies coming in and hiring you, which are smaller in nature and might not be as, will have a very different type of growth trajectory for you compared to those large organizations that used to be there. Let's look at another interesting number. All of us know, health-wise, we are all getting better. We had such a large turn of events by COVID. Obviously, it had its fatalities, but the overall life expectancy has kind of increased. But at the same time, there's another phenomena taking place around us, which we should notice. The retirement ages of people working in the formal sector are starting to come down in a very big way. What used to be about 60 or 62 earlier, today the retirement ages are in the range of about 55. And if you look at private sector with government sector going away, private sector retirement ages are kind of tapering towards the age of about 52 or 50. You will see a lot of your parents of your colleagues, or the children who are studying with you, they, especially in the non-rural areas, finding that their jobs today are challenged due to automation or are challenged just because they have become inefficient from a cost point of view. There are 4 children standing outside on the gates with double the energy to go ahead and substitute the role of a very senior person. Minus the experience, you are finding that jobs for senior people are reducing in a very big way. What does this mean? So one, we see that there are not too many formal jobs. Second, we see that there is a reduction and there's a huge life expectancy increase, whereas the retirement age is reducing. What does it mean? It means that almost about 22 to 25 years is the time when you will be there without a job post-retirement. Now, if you notice these two trends, one thing that should come to your mind, and what is not talked of very often, is that we as a country have actually entered a time where there is no way under the sun that we will be able to sustain our livelihood after 50 or 55 with the savings of our first job. Which means all of us in India, pretty much like the Western countries, have to understand that we have entered the zone where everyone will have at least 2 careers in a lifetime. We are no more at a time where there is only going to be one career. So what you're learning today in your college might help you in your immediate career, but you will not be able to go ahead and sustain another career with the help of the same set of skills. You have been seeing that ever since the new governments have come, there is a push towards entrepreneurship, startups, and so on. It's not that it was not being done by the previous governments. It was being pushed, but the urgency has kind of come in right now. And everybody is equivocally pushing, whatever regime it be, towards entrepreneurship. What is the reason behind it? The reason is this, that no more will there be continued jobs to go ahead and help and support people post the age of 52 and 55, which means every single household will have to go ahead and have another source of income, and that will have to come from entrepreneurship. This is the reason why co-curricular programs are being pushed and are being created to encourage you guys to go ahead and have skills developed in the entrepreneurship. Competitions, hackathons, programs, startups, all this environment is being created in college so that you can skill yourself to be able to match this. Now, if you actually go ahead and look at another reality, okay, you will realize that we have today, say, an average earning of about 40,000-50,000 rupees per month, which is good enough to take care of our families. Okay? If I ask anybody a survey, depending on the region in which you are, you will find that you probably need about 20,000, 25,000 rupees a month. In certain places, 50, 60,000 rupees a month at an average income source, assuming your house is there, to be able to have a sustainable living for a family of 2 or 3. Now, if this is the number that is required today, what will be the number that will be required to be earned when you are 55? I think all of you can calculate. Now, let's just try and take an extrapolation of time. And let's say that this will be about 1.5 lakhs or something like that. Think a little hard. If you are out of your job at the age of 55 and you need still about 1 lakh to 1,50,000 rupees per month, the only source that you will have is your investments, which are typically in the form of FDs, a fixed deposit. A fixed deposit will be earning you an interest rate in the range of about 4 to 5%. India's economy is definitely doing well, so the interest rates are higher. In certain other countries, interest rates are very poor. But at, let's say, 4 to 5%, how much of a corpus will you require in the bank to make sure that you get 1 to 1.5 lakhs? It's easy to calculate that if I need 18 lakhs per annum or 20 lakhs per annum, I will need a corpus upwards of about 2 to 5 crores. Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to save that much money in the first 30 years of your career. Another reason why you have to be looking at trying to figure out a way of having a continued income. That's why entrepreneurship is necessary. This internship that we are working on is one which will help you build some of these skills, and therefore the rest of the details that I will share with you. Let's look at what we are having today in the market. You must have seen stats like this. There's a whole issue of a lot of graduates being produced in the country, but there is a acknowledged skill gaps in the graduates of this country. Be it engineering, be it management, be it the regular graduates. Everyone knows that we do not have colleges that are producing students with the right skills. What does that mean? Well, interestingly, when you start to go and look into certain reports, what you realize is that the real skill which is not there is not so much of the technical skill. The real skill, as you see on the right side, is actually skills connected with some very different faculties. Problem-solving skills, communication skills, active learning skills, resilience, digital dexterity, analytical and critical thinking skills. Now it's amazing that some of these are the skills which are really missing in the market. There are technical skills that are required. As you can see here, this is something around the US skills gap. But while there are these kind of skills, there are a number of skills which are there, which we call popularly as the soft skills. And these skills, mind you, are also required in the entrepreneurship side. And therefore, this entire internship that we have built for you is an internship where we are going to be focusing on 4 key skills that you are going to require as you go about doing this entire program. What are the 4 key skills? Well, the 4 key skills are selling skills, marketing skills, organization skills, and communication and planning skills. More on this in the next few slides. Interestingly, this is exactly why you are seeing that the new education policy is also starting to focus on looking at how internships can be created where students can not only gather their technical skill, but can also go ahead and master the soft skills which are needed to do it. You will see these are manuals from the new education policy from UGC, and you'll see that there is an active recommendation in many parts of the country to go ahead and have internships of 6 to 8 weeks, credit-based internships where these types of skills are created. Now, as you know, UGC is a recommending body. AICTE is a body which goes ahead and gives the model curriculum. Finally, the state level universities decide what to take. So a lot of the state universities have made internships compulsory and have given marks against this. In some universities, like in Maharashtra, for example, it's still not compulsory everywhere, but there is a provision for internships which need to be there. And these internships can be in 2 arenas, around soft skill development and around developing certain skills in the entrepreneurship sector. Now, while we go into understanding the need, and as we got to understand that there is an inherent need for having certain skills of entrepreneurship in all of us, there is also a push from the curriculum. Let's try and get ourselves ready with a few more misconceptions that we need to move out before we get into what we will be attempting in this entire internship. Let's take the very first one. See, folks, what happens is with a number of you who are undergoing technical education or probably who are going ahead and attaining some management education, what you don't realize is that a lot of times people have got these things like a sales job versus a technical job. Okay? A lot of people say, if I'm an engineer, I am technical. A number of people say, if I'm in arts, I'm not technical. Well, let's try and understand a small misconception here, which all of you must start removing right from today. Folks, mindset can be technical. Your education and your subjects can be dealt with technical mindset also and with non-technical mindset also. So you can actually be a great lawyer, a great arts person who does his work technically. Take the example of cricket. It's a sport that all of us enjoy. A Virat Kohli or a MS Dhoni play their game with a technical mindset. And you could actually have a lot of things being done which are technical in nature without a technical mindset. Take, for example, when we are doing our studies in college. When we are doing our studies in college, when we did our physics and our chemistry and our science in college, you remember we learned so many theorems, but we learned the theorems non-technical. We learned them just because we had to learn them. We memorized them, we crammed them, but we never really understood how they work. What's the point I'm trying to make? Is that there is a technical mindset and there's a non-technical mindset. It is not the curriculum, it is not the subject. You can attempt arts, commerce, law, architecture, design, engineering, management with a technical mindset. You can attempt all of these without a technical mindset also. So that's why there are also lots of engineers, so-called, who are not with a technical mindset. And there are lots of arts, commerce, and architecture and design students who are actually doing it with a technical mindset. Classic example. Take the people who do surgery on you. A person who's using surgical instruments and doing your eye surgery, is he a technician? Yes, he is. He is cutting through your body and ensuring that you are able to get a second lease on life with a very technical process. It is a very, very organized process. So technology and technical mindset, let's separate the two out and understand that therefore selling, marketing, these are skills that will be required irrespective. Even they can be done technically. So it's not the course that you adopt, it's the mindset. What is this mindset? Well, this mindset is a simple, in one line, you can go ahead and say that a technical mindset is a mindset which organizes things and does them with precision. It sets goals, sets processes, and it achieves targets. An organized method of doing things is a technical method. Let's look at one more misconception. A lot of us suffer from this problem around my branch is arts, my branch is commerce, my branch is marketing, my branch is finance. I'm in mechanical engineering, I'm in electronics engineering. So my internship should be also core field, should be electronics in nature, should be technical in nature. Folks, sad to say, but these are concepts of the 70s and 80s. There was a time in this country when we needed technicians to support the growth of machinery, to support the growth of industrialization that was happening in this country. That need is not there anymore. And that is why branches were created. But if you actually go and see, look at the way the industry sees it, you will realize that the value of that branch which you're talking about is hardly there. Take the example of all the companies who come and interview you. Have you ever seen an organization coming and telling you that I will take only electrical engineering students and I am going to go ahead and measure them only on their ability of knowledge of electrical engineering? No. What actually happens is they may say so, but they will first come and conduct an aptitude test of it. Now, what is the aptitude test? Imagine you are a management grad. You are attempting as an engineer or a graduate, you are trying to go into a management college, or you are passing out of management college. And what is the examination being held? It's nothing to do with management. It's nothing to do with engineering. It's nothing to do with law. What's it that they're checking? They're checking your aptitude. What does this mean? The real skill which matters is really not this technical skill so-called that you are saying you're gaining in your college. They are actually concerned around whether this person can solve problems, whether this person can communicate, whether this person has language, whether this person can reason out. And it's amazing that we keep giving these kinds of tests even after doing our graduation and post-graduation, and we don't realize that there's no value to the real branch that we are in. The number of civil engineers who are today doing programming is amazing. The number of electrical engineers who are doing programming today is amazing. There was a time when we needed these fields. Today, these fields are just a subject. So let's understand that when we are looking at internship, the internship's focus should be to either teach you something around your core skill you are trying to build, which may be some technology related skill, but you should be looking at the surrounding skills which are common, which makes you do your technical job better or your so-called job better. So it's nothing to do with, is it in my branch? Is it in my core thing? This is a concept of the yesteryears. Even today, in many colleges, because the faculty come from that time, they still classify things that way. Look at how much of a fusion is taking place. Today, you have courses called mechatronics. Who had imagined that mechanical and electronics will be together? Today, you have software as an elective in every single field. What is the connect between the two? So if it was so core, you should have only been doing civil engineering. You should have only been doing architecture. Why is it that you are being taught communication skills? So let's understand, with changing times, an internship helps you build those skills which you don't get formally trained on. And therefore, keep your horizon a little broad on this. Another interesting one, government job, my private sector job, 9 to 5 job. You would have heard about this. Yes, there is a definite need for a work-life balance. But what we don't realize is that 9 to 5 was an industrialization arena concept, where workers who were doing the same type of work again and again and again and again were being said that, look, you cannot go ahead and work more than 40 to 45 hours in a week, 8 hours every day. If you do more than this, it will have various types of effects on you. You cannot work in these hazardous areas more than so many number of hours. The way the world has changed today, especially you would have seen in COVID, is that nobody is looking at 9 to 5 anymore. What is it that they're looking for? You can actually do an 8-hour job in 3 hours or 4 hours time, provided you have the right capabilities and the productive skills that are needed to do the job. Nobody is today sitting down in companies and measuring how many hours a person is logging in, unless you are so low in the hierarchy that you are going ahead and being measured for the physical work which you are. Labor work still happens by the hour. But when it comes to the work that all of you will be attempting, it's going to be around the brilliance with which you will attempt. Therefore, you will find that we are at a stage where we are not going to be measured by 9 to 5. We are going to be measured by, can we be productive when required? Can we be useful through the day? So this concept is kind of changing. Now you can job even in the evening. You can do it in the afternoon. You can do it spread across 2 to 3 hours, one hour each across the day. But when you do it, you're expected to do it productively. The only way you can do it productively is when you have all of these soft skills working. Some of us say, let's say I want to go ahead and become a startup guy, or I want to be in a startup. So some say I can't be a CEO. I am not someone who is, I don't have the skills required to be a CEO. I don't have the skills required to be a CTO, a CMO, or so on. Yes, you are right. You may not have the skills. You may not have the inherent aptitude for it. But in teams which work together, you may be a great bowler and you may not know how to bat, but you can be with people who know how to bat. And then you will be in an entrepreneurial organization able to understand what is needed to bat. Look at movies. The best directors may be the worst possible actors. But because they stay with actors, they're able to understand how that acting has to be done. They can be the best coaches in that subject. Take the case of our probably one of the best presidents that we were honored to have, APJ Abdul Kalam. Did he have communication skills? No. But he had articulation skills. He had observation skills. He spent his time as a project manager with people who were immaculate in that job. He was with Vikram Sarabhai, he was with Homi Bhabha, he was with a bunch of people who were extremely articulate and very good in expressing. That's where, with his project management skills and his observation, he could gather around a set of people who were great in maybe selling, in maybe marketing, in maybe entrepreneurship, and so on, and build organizations like the ones he built. So it's not whether you have the skill, it's also about can you stay with people who have the skills and identify it. And mind you, entrepreneurship is not about just knowing all the aspects of the work. Entrepreneurship can be very well attained even by a technology person, even by a marketing guy. He should just know how to gather the right sales guy, organization guy, operations guy, and technology guy around it. So it's around the soft skills and how you can gather the right person. Choosing the right person is the skill you need. Another one, I'm a techie, I'm not outgoing, how can I be an entrepreneur? On the other side, I'm a non-techie, how can I be an entrepreneur? Now with this, I thought, this is a normal question which many people ask. I thought, let's just go ahead and put down some pictures before us. Look at all of these people. All of these people are known to us. They're all associated with creation of great organizations. But if for a moment, we took the above structure and we just put one classification system. I've tried to classify it on 2 grids, on 2 slides, axes. An outgoing personality, a shy personality, a techie, and a non-techie. If you see, organization creators need not be in any one segment, especially the lowest segment that you're seeing here, an outgoing personality and a techie. Many people think Mark Zuckerberg and all these guys are the ones that we have to be outgoing, we have to be a techie, we have to be an Elon Musk, I should be a techie, I should be an outgoing personality. No, not necessary at all. The world is full of entrepreneurs who are not like that. So whatever is your quadrant in which you naturally sit, the ability you need to have is to be able to go ahead and gather people of the reverse skill and build them in an organization. And that comes with some soft skills. Okay. With this, I'll pause at what we are trying to do here and begin with trying to establish the case of what we will go and do ahead. Now, in this entrepreneurship internship that we will have, in the 4 skills that we will develop, we will be going ahead and trying to train you with a bunch of methods, of which the biggest method we will be using is the experiential learning method. What is experiential learning method? Well, as all of us know, we all learn in various ways. Some of us learn by hearing, some of us learn by teaching, some of us learn by speaking, some learn by observing. There are various ways in which we try to learn. We all have our style of learning. But one of the best ways of learning, which works across all the faculties, is experiential learning. What does it do? It basically creates a concept, it creates an activity, we do it, and then we learn from it, and we kind of do it better and learn better from it. So all the exercises that we will be giving you are going to be experiential learning ones, where we will give you a task, you will go ahead and do the task, and then we will review it with you. What are the skills that we'll be working on? Here are the 6 skills that you will get to work on, and there is going to be a review of all of these skills. Now, mind you, Those folks who are going to go ahead and be part of this internship, who will not be seen as participating, will also not get an internship certificate. Our criteria for you guys is very clear, is that those students who will be seen as actively participating or not seen as actively participating will not be awarded the internship. So please go ahead and be part of this internship when you are sure you want to participate and learn from this. Two other types of certificates will be given out. Those people who just participate minimally, and then the ones who participate with a lot of endeavor, we will be giving them different grades on the certificate. So let's get this thing in mind. Folks who don't participate, we will not be giving a certificate. Folks who go ahead and participate at a basic level, there will be a participation certificate. And the ones who go ahead and actually do this work with intent, with high endeavor, we will be grading them and giving them graded certificates. So what's it that we are planning to do? Well, here's the task. We plan to do 3 tasks, and these 3 tasks are going to be reviewed. So therefore, we will have an overall of 6 sessions, starting with the session today. Okay, today is the first session. What are the 3 tasks and the 3 things that we are going to go ahead and review? So, well, here are the 3 things that we want you to be working. The first thing that we will be giving you as an experiential learning task is going to be concept selling. How do you sell a concept? Okay. The second thing that we will be getting you to do is getting you to organize event. This event will basically be, we'll give you more information about it in some time, but it's going to be how do you go about taking the concept selling ahead and making sure that it culminates into an event or a program. The third thing that we will be doing is where you will be trained, coached to go and meet industry and call industry to your campus, okay, or interact with industry. So industry interaction is the finale that we'll be doing. These are the 3 things that we'll be trying to do. Now, more around this as we go further. While we do these 3 things, we will have some reviews with you. One of the reviews is going to be the review on concept selling. Second will be a review on the event that you're trying to organize. Third will be the review of the way you go about meeting the industry and interacting with industry. Okay. The concept selling will be of within your campus itself. So it is like dealing with your own community of students and teachers. The finale will be with industry, just meeting with people outside your campus. Let's look at broadly, just put a picture to what concept selling is. Okay. So what are we trying to do in concept selling? Well, we are trying to go ahead and there will be a concept, there will be something which we will be going around, taking to students, taking to teachers, taking within our campus. And I'm just trying to put a picture so that you are clear on what I mean by concept selling. A lot of people are not clear about it. There will be something that you will be going around taking to students. What's an event organizing? I think all of you know. Well, an event is a very simple thing where you have a flurry of students that you invite, teachers you invite, get them into a room, or basically go ahead and have something like what's happening right now, where there's a speaker, there are some teachers, there's a program, and around it, there is some activities. What's the third one? Third one requires you to go and meet industry, catch up with industry, talk to them, and then achieve something. More on this as we go forward. Now, if we are going to go ahead and do concept selling as our task number 1, what is it that we will be trying to sell? What is it that is our offering? It's a natural question all of you will have. So let's try and clarify this now going forward. Well, there are 2 things that can always be done. One is a very tangible thing, which is like a gizmo. It's like a product. It's something which you can physically touch, feel, and understand. And the second one, which is slightly more complicated to do, is what we call as the intangible concept. Okay. So there is a demoable tool which you can sell, or the one which is a little more difficult to do is basically something which is typically a little more high value and a little more complicated to sell, which is what we call as a concept. And what we will do is go ahead and try and have you sell this concept. Okay. So the first activity that we're going to do is going to encourage you to go ahead and do concept selling of a concept. Now, what is this concept? Let's now try and spend some time in understanding that today. As all of you know, and what you can see behind it, there is something that we are chasing, which even Purti introduced, which we call as PROJECTATHON. Okay. Now, what is PROJECTATHON? As a line in pink tells you, is basically India's largest industry-focused project development program with the intercollegiate competition. Now, let me try and explain to you what does Projectathon try to do so that you understand it well and you are then able to take it going forward. As all of you have been seeing, that there is a 40 to 60 hour time that you spend every single year from your second semester or third semester onwards in trying to do in your college curriculum, which we call as project. Now, folks, if you actually see in the market, and as a recruiter, when we go around recruiting for our organizations, the marks that you get is one way of finding out how good a student you are. The second way of finding out how good a student you are is by the college that you attend, the reputation of the college. The third way of finding out how good you are is an aptitude test. Okay? And then the fourth way is an interview. But if you notice, one thing which is not differentiable, or all of these things have a problem of differentiation. For example, most colleges, other than the tier 1 colleges, you can almost cluster and say they are all tier 2 colleges. So it's a huge cluster. It's a lot of colleges there. Almost 40–50% of the colleges in India are tier 2 colleges. So there's really not much of a difference between the college name and the reputation. Second, if you look at your marks, today the condition is such that if the college is bad, the marks are better. So no more are marks a differentiator in your resume. In fact, in your entire class, you will find most of the students, depending on the college, will have scores between 60 to 68%. In certain colleges, 70 to 78%. In some colleges, maybe a little more stricter, but the marks don't really help an interviewer differentiate what's different between candidate A and candidate B. Let's come to the third one, your aptitude test. Most of you have actually done your 10th standard and 12th standard in the same way. The fact that you are there in your college means your aptitude is good. So you will all crack the aptitude test almost at the same level. Why they take the aptitude test? They take the aptitude test because it just helps you filter some students. Now, what's important to understand is that there is nothing in your entire curriculum which really helps you differentiate between who you are and who another candidate, other than one single thing, which we call as a college project. That's why talk to your colleagues, talk to your seniors who have passed out, talk to anybody who's conducting interviews. One question which is always asked in an interview is, what was the college project you did and what was your role in this project? Especially in the technology and the management colleges. Folks, everyone will ask you this question. And this is the only single differentiator which will help an interviewer understand that this candidate is worthy or not worthy. Your entire opportunity of a good job or a postgraduate application or a startup depends upon what you can explain as what you did in this college project. I trust all of you will understand what I'm trying to say. You will start to connect up with this point. The only differentiator that you carry is when you talk very positively around what you did in your project, because the only original piece of work that you'll end up doing of applying your skills is this project. Now, if you look at on another scale, what is the difference between a top grade college student and your resume? Well, it's very clear. Their marks will be lesser than yours. Their subjects will be the same as yours. But a top grade college as an IIT or an IIM will always get credibility because they are a higher grade college. So which means if you are trying to look for the best post in an organization which is top notch, you just don't stand a chance. Well, there is a way. And here is the way. Look at the second scenario. What happens if there is an average graduate student who comes out and says, okay, I come from a B grade, I come from a second grade college, I come from a tier 3 college. But you know what? I have something to show to you. I have done 3 research projects. Each of these research projects have been graded by industry at 5-star. I have done 4 design projects where I have created a design for something new and I have been graded 4 out of 5 on an average. I have worked on 3 startup ideas or 2 startup ideas, and these startup ideas have been evaluated by a third party as 3 out of 5. See, it's a fact that the ones who are extremely intelligent, who have worked hard earlier, get the best colleges. But for the ones who can work hard later, should opportunity stop? Not really. And that's why when you decide to go ahead and do your project work more seriously, you can automatically elevate your resume to be considered for better value. And this is something that doesn't get put into the minds of our children. Folks, why is it that project-based learning has been pushed in colleges or by the curriculum of the university? Because these are ways to prove that you have learned what you have. And one of the best ways of actually creating value through your internal projects is by exposing these internal projects to faculty outside. When you take your project and get it rated or signed or evaluated by someone external, the value of your resume and your project increases because somebody else will go ahead and give you marks based on a criteria. And this is exactly what we are trying to solve by way of Projectathon. All of us are doing college projects, but the big missing link in the college project is that one, we don't know how to do them. And second, we don't have a way to get them credibly ratified or evaluated by industry. Only if we could do that, and we could do multiple, suddenly the value of what we are bringing to the table start to increase. It's a tragedy that today 26 crore man hours get spent in project work in this country every year, and there's just no outcome. And this is why we decided to create this platform, which we call as Innovation Hub. What is Innovation Hub? Innovation Hub is basically a social network for students, educationists, faculty, corporates, where they can come and look up each other's profile, communicate with each other, and corporates and experts can evaluate what students have done in their project work and then give them offers for hiring and variety of other things. Today, we are attempting to just go ahead and have students on this platform by way of an event that we are calling as Projectathon. And that's what Projectathon does. Projectathon runs on a digital platform called Innovation Hub, but in simple terms, Projectathon attempts to guide students on testify, connect, and drive students with industry. What we do is we go ahead and we look at trying to, one, have a 48 or a 72-hour or so on hackathon in your college, where there will be 3 tracks. Track number 1, researchathon. This is more for first year, second year students, where they can take a concept, they can take a technology, they can take anything that they're observing and do a thorough research on it. And this is not that PhD research. This is the basic level research, which if done shows researching skills to your to the corporate or to the post-grad application college that you are going to, or to the startup investor you're going to. Second, designathon. There will be one track where students can go ahead and look at contemporary designs of products, find what is inefficient about them, and recommend a redesign. If they can build a prototype, even better. Third, startup ideathon, where they can go ahead and take a startup idea and build on the startup idea by way of a business model canvas, and thereby participate in an ideathon. Now, folks, all of these things can be done with a view of the future entrepreneurship thing in mind. So our recommendation is to encourage in Projectathon all the students in your college to be part of this event. You can call it Projectathon, Hackathon, or whatever, but which will have 3 tracks. Students must come together in one event where they must go about being part of the researchathon or a designathon or an ideathon, and they can do multiple if they want. The second thing that we will provide in Projectathon is training to students. There's access to an ideas database, about 150 plus ideas across 20 sectors, which are futuristic and investable in nature. Because one big problem that our college projects have is that they don't connect with contemporary industry ideas. So we've created a whole database of ideas. When you log into Innovation Hub platform, you will get to see those. We are also going ahead and going to train them on how to go about doing research, how to go about doing prototyping, how to go about doing startup idea business model canvas. The third and the main leg of Projectathon is that once a student goes ahead and does his project, he can upload his project on this platform of Innovation Hub, and he or she can opt for getting his projects evaluated and certified. It comes with a fee, but you can go ahead and get that evaluated and certified. Now, when you get a third-party evaluation, this third-party evaluation will give you evaluation on your contribution. It will be a star rating, as also a TRL rating, which is known as a technology readiness level rating or an investment readiness level rating, IRL rating. This certificate will carry much more value compared to what you do internally as a project. So here is an opportunity to go ahead and actually get certified for every single project work that you have done. See, if you notice, a lot of hackathons and competitions happen. Many students participate in the same. And there are only few winners. What are we doing? We are doing this a little differently. We are saying every single student who subscribes to the program will go ahead and get an evaluation. You will get feedback. We will tell you how to change it, how to make it better. You can go ahead and make a change and give your final submission. And on that, we will give you a rating. Therefore, nobody goes out of a competition without anything. You at least get a certification from industry and you'll end up getting a rating for the work you have done. Yes, it has a fee because you're getting evaluators to come in. But you are going ahead and going to get evaluated. And what's next? Well, actually, there's also rewards and recognition. In case your entry is great, you can actually avail of certain rewards and recognition at college level and at various other levels. Finally, because this entire program is run on a platform called Innovation Hub, which is pretty much like a LinkedIn type of platform. I'll show you some links of the same. This is a place where you can showcase your work to industry. And you'll remember in the internship, we are trying to get to the last leg where we're getting industry. You are going to go and meet industry. This is where we will draw the connect for your college ecosystem. Whatever your students in your college land up doing will be then demonstrated to these industrialists or these companies whom you're calling, so that a permanent network between the two takes place. And obviously, there'll be many other companies which we are adding from our side, so that all companies can see a variety of students and their profiles. We believe that in the next 7 to 10 years, as we continue on this journey college to college, there will be many more corporates who will come in and slowly they will benefit from it. I trust some of these things are understood to you. A recording of this entire video will be any which way sent over to you, so you all can definitely hear it once again. But now let's move to the next stage, and then we'll have our questions. One of the things that everybody will ask, well, if I am getting a sales goal, or if I am today being given in the internship the job of concept selling, what is my target? Here is your target. So you're going to be selling the concept of Projectathon, which means you will be first going ahead and organizing Projectathon in your college. For that, you will have to go ahead and concept sell this entire thing to students, to faculty, and make sure that this event takes place. You will have to tell them the benefits of being on Innovation Hub, doing Projectathon, on getting your projects evaluated. This is the task that will be given to you. It's a selling of a concept within your college campus, which is a little familiar. In the second stage, like I said, we will go and get industry to come in and see this work and thereby be able to help the college fructify this entire ecosystem. If you took a step back, you're actually going to be helping the mandate of the TPO. You will also be helping the mandate of the E-cell and the IIC cell. And you will actually land up making sure that the real talent of your college reaches the industry who really needs it. When I say industry, we are not necessarily mentioning the top companies in the country. There is enough of MSMEs in this country who actually have what needs. And like I told you, the bigger job opportunities are coming up from the smaller and the middle scale size companies. When we ask each other, you will always realize you know the top companies, you will never know the MSMEs. So more on this later, but this is just so that you get this point in. So what is our goal? Well, our goal is as follows. We are going to be having some key research areas, performance index. As a part of the internship, your team will first have 4 goals, of which one goal is the most important goal that we have to achieve. What is that? We have to ensure that we have 51 out of 2,000. Let's assume 2,000 students are there in your college. If there are lesser, we'll put up a number. But approximately about 51 plus students should subscribe to Projectathon, which means they should be going ahead and getting their ideas and their work or their research work or their prototype work evaluated via the subscription model of Projectathon. What's the other thing we're looking for? We're looking at having you spread the word so much to students that they can go ahead and have about 500 to 600 students attending the day we have Projectathon as an event. So we will designate one date once we discuss with you as a team. Your WhatsApp groups have been created. We will designate a date by consulting you. On that date, there will be a phygital type of a session that will happen pretty much like this, where we will be training you on these 3 key skills. And then the Projectathon will be open for the next 48 hours, where students can register on Innovation Hub. And as they register on Innovation Hub, we will count how many have come from your college. As they register on Innovation Hub, they can go ahead and participate in this session. They can learn from this session. and then they can go ahead and also subscribe to Projectathon, where after they have built their project, they can go ahead and get it evaluated. So the first three goals, I hope they are clear. We are approximately looking at about 25 teachers to register, 500 students to register within your college, and about 50 plus students to go ahead and actually get their projects evaluated. There is another purpose behind evaluation, that evaluated projects actually have much more higher value, as you know. But once that culture sets in, you will find that industry will start to participate with you more. The overall opportunity of job creation will increase. Lastly, we will be aiming at doing that last leg of the internship, where you folks will go ahead and try to get MSME industries, about 20-25 of them, to come to your college and participate in the ceremony, which will be around rewarding these winners, these certificate gainers, including yourselves, and you will be having a sort of an event. But more on it later. Let's focus on the first three goals first. Having the Projectathon event on a designated date and ensuring that we have teachers and students to the tune of 500, 520 register on Innovation Hub, create their profile, and about 50 to 60 students go ahead and get their projects evaluated. Like I said, there are three types of projects. You can do a basic research work and get it evaluated. It can be done in 24 to 48 hours by a team. You can do a redesign that can take some time. It could again be done very quickly. My assumption is a lot of you would have finished your college project already, especially in the engineering side, and this is more for engineering. Research work can be done by management grads and non-tech grads, and startup ideas can again be done by management grads as also the non-engineering. So this is open for everybody, and you can go ahead and do all three types of projects, or you could even do any one of them depending on what you are. The important thing to keep in mind is that the more such type of projects you do, which are evaluated by people outside, the more is your chance to show how good you are to the network. Therefore, doing it and getting it evaluated is very important. Any prizes? Yes, there are. So for the interns, here is the offer. All the students, and I'm trying to put some sort of a salesy number and the way the sales organizations run. So there's normally a sales target, there's a sales incentive. So let's do the following. What we think is that all the students, the teams who are going to work as interns, if you are able to go ahead and get registrations worth 40,000 rupees in your college and above, you will be naturally applicable for 10% of the net subscription. Just an example. Say you end up getting 40,000 rupees worth of subscribers. Let's say there are about 40 of them. And you get the 41st one, or whatever that number turns out to be. You will end up getting 10% of the net subscription fee that has come. Let's say the subscription fee was 1 lakh rupees that you got, 10,000 rupees won't be yours. And then you can decide how you want to use it as price money. So if we cross the subscription fee of 40,000, all the subscription fee that has come from your college, 10% of that will be the sales incentive of yours. We are just keeping this for the sake of getting some sort of a target. Secondly, as an individual, we will be observing the best intern in your college, and that intern will be offered a paid internship of 3 months at least for, with us through our network of organizations. So this is what will be the end goal for all the interns. What are we now looking for? Well, we are looking for the following. We want you to build some marketing plan, some collateral, some plan, and so on. But before that, I would request the following. Let's go ahead and have the following happen. And I would like to go ahead and organize a session with your college individually. Purti ma'am will help you as the coordinator. Each of your colleges ke saath, we will go ahead and have a session where your internship people can come together. We can have one common room in which you can join us over a call. We'll have a video call like this. And in that video call, we will first get to understand each other better, and we will lay out certain goals, before which this internship team should be ready with the following. 1, please go ahead and select a leader and a co-leader for your internship committee. Okay. You can also divide the portfolio for organizing this event and for the concept selling. Somebody could be in charge of marketing, somebody in charge of collateral, somebody in charge of guests, so on and so forth. We'll want you to set up a daily time and a meeting for a location for your meetings every day. See, if anything has to happen in the next 15 to 20 days or in the next 1 month, you have to get in the habit of catching up every day and discussing it. One of the key skills that you will learn when you do this is the value of meeting and working together. So if you are doing this, we would recommend that you fix up your time when you are catching up. A WhatsApp group has already been created, so please do an internal communication on that. Whatever plans you are building, whatever documents you are building, upload them on the platform. So please, first of all of you as interns, go and create your free profile on Innovation Hub. It is free for all of you. Creating the Innovation Profile Hub and being Innovation Hub profile is free for everybody. So get your teachers and your students to create that profile. The minimum they can do is create that profile and at least observe what is happening. That in itself is valuable. Then if you create your projects, that is also great. And if you collaborate and actually go for a subscription, even better. Like I said, in future, let's not have this distributed meeting. My reco is that for the other sessions, every college must set up one room or one place where you all can join as a team together through one connection. That will help us do the training in a much more organized manner. Okay. Try and take snaps of behind the scenes as you're organizing it, because this will become a very important collateral when you go for your final interviews. It helps you actually prove a lot of things. Finally, like I said, the entire focus of activity number 1 is how do you land up getting 51 plus subscribers for Projectathon. So it goes as follows. You will do a selling activity in your campus. It could be class to class, it could be posters, it could be a digital campaign, it could be a help desk. You will go ahead and you will encourage everybody by explaining the entire program. Tell them we are organizing this hackathon or Projectathon, which is a 2-day, 3-day event. It will start with some lectures. You will get access to ideas. You can build your profile on the platform, and then you can go ahead and submit your profiles to go ahead and your projects to go ahead and get evaluated. And your goal has to be to get 51 plus subscribers for the program. So organizing the event and getting these subscribers for Projectathon, don't miss focus on this. I stop at this. It's open for questions. I think Purti, if you can open up the chat, we can go ahead and have questions from the students and the teachers as well. Yeah, if you can put on your cameras, that will be very helpful. We'll cover some questions which we typically get, and we'll also cover some questions that you might have. So anyone who has a question from any college, please start with your name, put up your camera, and just tell which college you represent, and we can have the question. Okay, we'll pick up some questions which we've been getting in the sessions before, and then maybe that will help us go forward. So one of the questions is, can we participate in Projectathon ourselves as interns? Yes, you can participate. Definitely. It's about how do you improve your profile. You can do the same. Another question that we normally get is, we have already come to the end of doing our projects in this semester. So are we expected to do new projects? Well, you can do both. You could do your own new research project or a redesign. That's your call. Just see, like I said, the more projects you have on your portfolio, the better your resume becomes. So it's your call. Can we do our existing projects? Absolutely. What I would recommend is go through the sessions that we have, get the training that we are giving you, and modify your existential project based on the same learning. So that way you can leverage the stuff that you've already done, and you can actually get better value out of the same. Obviously, when you get it evaluated from outside, you will get an independent rate. Okay. One more question is, how does this affect our college project scores and our college project evaluation? Now, so this is an independent event. Okay, it is your call whether you want to go ahead and use this certification and attach it in your final project work in your college. That's your call. It will only add value. But we are not trying to put the two together. All that we are trying to do is that giving you a added purpose and an added avenue to leverage your college project work in a better way. Yeah. Is this a approved internship? Yeah, it is an AICTE registered internship. You can check it out on AICTE portal. And it will last about 8 weeks or 6 weeks, depending on when and how your curriculum goes. We typically would like to end it before April, so that by the time it is May, you all are also free and you all can move on. Will someone be conducting the Projectathon in our college? No, it will be your internship team which will conduct this Projectathon. The session that we will be having pretty much like the way we are doing it here. You will have to broadcast it maybe in one big room or a hall, and all the people who have registered on Innovation Hub will anyways get a link, a Zoom link for attending the session. They can attend it that way. What I would recommend is just create one room in your college with permission from the college. Have some nice posters and a good environment there. Maybe about 10, 12 desks there. Students can sit and they can collaborate and work together. And by evening or the next day, they can go ahead and upload their project work. We just need to go ahead and make sure that that maximum students avail of this know-how that we're going to share with you. And like I said, it is completely free. It is something that children can easily go ahead and hear. There's nothing expected. There are recordings of the same. You will learn how to go about approaching your research work, stuff that you all are not taught in college. You will be taught how to go about looking at redesign and certain smaller points around it. Likewise, if you're trying to think about a startup idea, you will learn how to go about making a business model canvas for a startup, how to think about it. Okay? So these key skills will be given. You learn these and then you decide to file your own project. This avenue is available. Do we get students from other colleges? No, you have to focus as an intern to focus on getting students of your own college. So yeah, suppose you have a BA, BSc, BCom college in the same building. You have a management college in the same building. Yeah, by all means, please go and access them. Please approach them. But you can go ahead and I would recommend first finish with your college and then look at them in the same campus. That's your call. As many as you get, the better it is. Should we get professors? Yes, absolutely. In fact, one of the key people who will benefit from this going forward is going to be professors. I don't have an offering to talk today, but once a profile of a professor gets created, that he or she has been doing these 5 types of projects, these 7 types of projects, these professors will naturally get called by MSMEs for doing their consulting projects. What we don't realize and what professors don't realize in colleges is that they have to have consulting projects as the bigger part of their incomes than the college salary itself. In most other countries with better education systems, you find that professors of the colleges are the ones who have incomes coming from these consulting projects. Even IITs, for that matter, almost more than half their income comes from consulting projects. How does it come? Because these professors have ability, because they are all postgraduates, they are PhDs in their subjects, and also they have access to students like you. So they have access to workforce. So they can very easily go ahead and give very important consulting to these MSMEs. Okay, one question here was, is there a fee for individual or team? Yeah. Okay, question number 1 first, is it compulsory to get subscription for an internship? No, internship is completely free. An internship is here for all of you. All of you who are here, who are going to be serious about it and will continue, and we will expect teachers to tell us who they are. You will have an internship. Internship is complete. If you want to go and evaluate your projects in Projectathon, for that the subscription fee is there. It's a program for it. Is there a fee for individual or team? Yeah. So this is a good question. We were earlier thinking of doing it with team, but the problem is that when we go with teams, the full credit goes to the team. And in a team, there are only 2 or 3 people who actually work. 1 or 2 people don't do anything. So that's why after a lot of evaluation, we decided we'll go individual. So there's an individual fee. So let's now take an example. Let's say Purti, me, and maybe one more person. It's Hinduja, I think. So if 3 of us are doing a project, and say I'm not doing anything in it, Hinduja and Purti are doing everything in it. So Hinduja and Purti can go ahead and pay the fee and go ahead and register the project, get it evaluated. The certificate will be issued in the name of Purti and Hinduja. It will not be issued to me because I am not part of the platform. I'm not part of the team which paid the fees. And when we are evaluating 3 things: the quality of the work, the contribution of the individual, and the way the team has worked. So suppose there's somebody who pays the fee and comes in and is doing nothing, because we're going to ask them to upload their videos. We will ask them to upload their understanding of the concept and then evaluate it. We will understand very well somebody has understood it or no, and therefore their ratings will be low. So this is an individual fee program. Okay. Gauri is asking, how will we get poster documents for promoting this in our college? All that collateral is on Innovation Hub platform. We will anyway share it with you once again through the WhatsApp group. So you will get access to all the data. And then you can use this data and you can create your own types of marketing around it. So there is one exercise we have where we will be asking you to upload posters you have created, reels you have created, WhatsApp messages or emails that you have created, any creatives that you have created, and you can put it up, and that also shows your individual contribution to this. So baseline work will be available for you. You can make adaptations. Any other questions? What is the date we can set up for Projectathon? The team leader and the co-leader along with the team can decide depending on your curriculum. See, everybody has exams on different dates. So it will typically need to be a Saturday morning. You must go ahead and let us know. Next few weeks till the end of March, every Saturday morning is open. You can go ahead and tell us when is it that you want to go ahead and have your event. We'll start at 10:30, that's fixed. So 10:30 every Saturday, Projectathon as an event will happen. Your college can go ahead and join in at that time. But once your college joins on a day, you will only have 48 hours after that to finish your submissions. Okay, so we will want you to go ahead and finish your submissions in 48 hours from there. Some people have asked us this question that prototyping and redesign might take more time. Well, if you need more time, what you can do is through your team, you can reach out to us and we can get something done about it. We want maximum participation. But like I said, every Saturday morning 10:30 from the 25th is open to conduct Projectathon in your college. You can choose that Saturday and we can have Projectathon for your college happening that day. So choose your date and come back to us depending on your examination profiles and so on. Who can participate? All years can participate. If you can use your 4-year, 3-year, 2-year time to go ahead and build as many such type of projects and get them evaluated, folks, it is in your benefit because your profile will become that much more richer. Yeah. There's one more thing to keep in mind. On Innovation Hub platform, there are certain screenshots. I will just show them to you how the platform looks like. You can register yourself and understand better. Okay, Praveen has a question. Can we submit existing projects? Absolutely, you can. But I would recommend that just adapt your project to the way we are teaching it to you. And then you will find it is a little more industry focused. It is more something that companies will understand better. The evaluation panel will understand better. Evaluation panel will give you feedback over email. We'll discuss certain things maybe on chat and then just make sure that you answer them and correct. I'll show you the visuals of the platform and you can have a look at it now. Just a moment. Okay, if you can see this is how the Innovation Hub platform kind of looks like. There's a place where you log in. Okay, once you've logged in and registered yourself, you can go ahead and then create your profile, put up your photograph, you put up your details, all the details about you. There's a place where you can go and create your own project. Okay, you can select the domain of your project, the type of your project. Is it a research project? Is it a prototype project, or is this a startup idea, BMC? You can put a start date, end date. You can put your own milestones. Once these milestones have been put up by you, you can make announcements around the same to the rest of the network. You can go ahead and upload documents pertaining to every single milestone. We will put down some milestones on which you need to go ahead and submit certain documents. You can see some examples here: a PDF format, presentation, introduction of every team member. It may be a 1-minute video. The demo presentation, it could be a 2-minute video. So there'll be a lot of audiovisual stuff that we will ask you to submit so that the evaluators can understand what you are doing. Yeah, this is about the milestones. You can go ahead and assign and invite your college members, make them members here in the team. They can be a leader, they can be a co-leader. You can also get your faculty to be part of the project. You can have a place where you can have questions and answers being traded and discussed, okay, with the rest of the forum. There's a place where you can go ahead and, like pretty much like a feed that you have in your social network. You can go and post some messages, get some responses on the same. There's a list of projects that you will have. There is a place where you will end up getting feedback from experts. This is the place. This is the way the certificate will be. So you'll get a TRL rating, a technology readiness rating for your project. You will end up getting individual performance rating. You will get a team performance rating. Okay. This is the certificate for Projectathon. There's a place where there are many training modules. You can go and see them. There's a place where you have some exams you can attend. There's a place where you can put up your pitches, your videos, or so on. There's a place where there is an idea bank of about 20 plus sectors. For every single sector, let's take this as automotive. What is it that you're getting in automotive? So you're getting here some idea areas: hybrid, hydrogen fuel, multimodal automotives, refurbished cars. And then there is a 1-minute video explaining the sector or the opportunity area. You can take from here certain ideas for the future or for your current work. There's a huge idea bank which we are continuously building on. Your institution profile and so on. I think there are several other things which are there, but this is what the profile looks like. Go ahead and register on Innovation Hub, and I think you'll understand what is released. Okay. Can single team create more than? Absolutely. Single team can create more than one project. You can create as many projects as you want. Fine. I trust most of the questions are answered. Let's go ahead and now interact between us as teams through the WhatsApp group that we will have. The administrator, Purti ma'am, will connect up with you guys. Get your team in order. Make sure that the interns who are here are going to be part of the internship. And let's move ahead and make the best of it. All the best, students. We look forward to this internship going off well for your benefit, as also going ahead and having a good project-a-thon in your college and setting the seeds for a good culture where better quality work can happen and therefore better results can come. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for joining. What I'm going to do is share you a registration video link in the group so that you can understand how you need to register. You will receive by evening invitation mails for all those interns. आपके college professors ने जिसका भी proper phone number, email ID सब share किया है, just make sure that that is shared. Okay, and select a lead and co-lead amongst yourselves so that further communication and coordination can happen smoothly. What I'll do is share you the way in which you have to get registered if already not done, so that it'll help you. If any doubts and you need any clarity, you can just put it in the group. Use this group only for all the communication related to the internship so that it is better accessible. And let's then catch up very soon. We'll fix up a date and let you know, and you'll have to book your time slot accordingly. So let's get going. Thank you.